This is the Daily Roundup on the EAC Cambodia channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. Making headlines tonight. A shocking murder in Tabong Khmum as a 15-year-old boy is arrested for the murder of a 5-year-old. 12 dead and tens of thousands evacuated as record rainfall prompts floods in central China. And the world's first space tourists enjoy the ride of their lives. The eastern province of Tabong Khmum has been rocked by a shocking murder. A 5-year-old boy has been killed by his 15-year-old neighbor. The little boy was reported missing on Monday and was found floating in a pond late on Tuesday night. The 15-year-old suspect is now in custody. EAC news reporter Reo Soko has the details.
It was just after lunchtime on Monday that the parents of the 5-year-old boy went to their local police station to report that their son was missing. Police officers and neighbors conducted a search. His body was found at midnight on Tuesday in a small pond. Police immediately traced who was with the young boy before he went missing. It was his 15-year-old neighbor. After questioning, he allegedly confessed. Child Protection Unit Director James McCabe posted on the group's Facebook page that the 5-year-old had been beaten before he was drowned. It's alleged the 15-year-old became angry when his little neighbor swore at him. The CPU says the suspect is likely to be charged with aggravated murder of a child. Rhea Soko, EAC News.
With the pandemic starting to have an impact on food prices, the Ministry of Commerce says it is not engaged in price fixing. It says only the basic trading principle of supply and demand is at play. Food prices have been rising in recent weeks as border closures and increases in fuel prices cause havoc for transport and logistics companies. Rumors have begun circulating in Cambodia's markets about rising prices recently, particularly that of pork and other fresh goods. Fingers have been pointed at the Ministry of Commerce, but it says it is not fixing prices, either at markets or at the petrol pump. It says it is guided by the country's constitution and trade agreements with neighboring countries. It has reminded Cambodians that international oil prices have been climbing in recent months as major economies reopen around the world. This has a knock-on effect for transport costs, which in turn drive up the price of food. Border closures and increased logistical challenges are also having an impact on food prices. It does say, though, that any food producer found to be taking advantage of the situation and engaging in price gouging will be investigated if reported by members of the public. Cambodia's COVID-19 case numbers appear to be leveling off. They are still high, but a far cry from where they were at the beginning of the month. On Tuesday, the Ministry of Health again reported one of its lowest daily numbers of COVID-19 cases in weeks. 825 new patients were reported. On Wednesday, that number was 812. Of the 812 new cases, 279 were imported. The new cases take the country's total COVID-19 case count to 69,608. The total number of imported cases has reached 7,224. 19 new deaths have been reported since Tuesday, also one of the lowest numbers this month. They take the total number of COVID-19 related fatalities to 1,168. There have been 740 patients discharged in the past 24 hours. They take the total number of successful treatments to 61,779. Well, let's take a look now at stories making international headlines this Wednesday, the 21st of July. Typhoon Sempaka has made landfall in the coastal area of South China's Guangdong province. It's the first typhoon to make landfall in China this year. It slammed into the city of Yangjiang on Tuesday night, packing winds of almost 120 kilometers an hour. The city has blocked traffic from roads. It has also called back 384 fishing vessels. Over 7,500 people have been evacuated. The storm has played havoc with flight schedules. 127 flights have been cancelled at Baiyun International Airport. The typhoon is forecast to bring torrential rain to the southern part of the Pearl River Delta and the western part of Guangdong province. It is also going to affect weather in Cambodia with windstorms and heavy rain over the next few days. Elsewhere in China, record rainfall has prompted the worst floods in living memory, which have claimed the lives of at least 12 people. The central province of Henan usually sees very little rain during the summer. Some of its rivers, including tributaries of the Yellow River, have seen their water levels rise dramatically. They are expected to burst their banks in the coming days. According to China's meteorological department, the provincial capital of Zhengzhou saw 253 millimeters of rain in just 24 hours. Another nearby town received over 400 millimeters. Streets and subways have all been submerged, motorists are stranded, flights have all been cancelled. 10,000 people have been evacuated. And it might look like a regular middle-class home from the outside, but inside it's like something out of Imperial Russia. Money clearly can't buy taste, even when it's all from corruption. The owner of this mini mansion is a traffic cop who was arrested on Tuesday. He'd been running an extortion gang, extorting huge bribes from cargo transporters. Together with his 35 accomplices, he'd bribed his way to a bank balance of almost $250,000. Just a pity he didn't think of hiring an interior designer. Talk of the Olympic Games being cancelled and the world's first space tourists rocket into orbit. All those details with Alessio Mizzoni after the break. EAC News fully supports the Royal Government of Cambodia's preventative and administrative measures against COVID-19. But we need you to play your part in helping bring the 20 February community transmission event to an end. Wash your hands regularly, sanitize wherever possible. Keep an eye on your body temperature. Use the Stop COVID QR code and maintain a safe social distance. But above all, please, 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 wear a mask. Only together can we beat COVID-19. EART's Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EART's Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EART's Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/eartscambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EART's Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website, www.eartscambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
Welcome back to the Daily Roundup. Just 2 days to go to the opening ceremony of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, and athletes are treading a fine line. Tokyo 2020 CEO Toshiro Muto says organizers have not yet ruled out a last-minute cancellation. The Olympic torch continues its way through the streets of Tokyo, with small groups of spectators gathering to see the flame. But the excitement could end up being a major anticlimax. At a media briefing, the CEO of the Games said we can't predict what will happen to the numbers of coronavirus cases, so we will continue discussions if there is a spike. Japan, earlier this month, declared a state of emergency in the host city, banning spectators from attending events. But there is also a lot of support and optimism.
May the Olympic torch be a symbol of hope that traverses the planet.
World Health Organization head Tedros Adhanom said on Wednesday that the Tokyo Olympics should go ahead and demonstrate to the world what can be achieved with the right planning and organization. Only time will tell. The world's first space tourists have enjoyed a history-making trip, but it was short, exactly 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' company Blue Origin successfully flew him and 3 other passengers 107 kilometers up into the sky and back down to Earth. It was a historic trip and one loaded with symbolism. The date was no accident, the 20th of July, exactly 52 years to the day since Apollo 11 landed on the moon in 1969. The Blue Origin capsule sat atop of the New Shepard rocket named after Alan Shepard, the first American in space. It carried Bezos and his brother, Mark, as well as the oldest person ever to fly into space, 82-year-old Wally Frank.
Here, catch.
Oh yeah, ding dong balls.
Ready?
Woohoo! Here it comes.
It also carried the world's youngest space traveler, 18-year-old Oliver Damon, whose dad spent $28 million on his ticket. The four spent 3 minutes in zero gravity before parachuting back down to Earth. Bezos described it as the best day ever. It came only 9 days after Virgin Galactic completed its first manned flight, and wealthy people around the world are now ready to book their seats for an out-of-the-world kind of holiday. Stay with us now for tomorrow's weather.
Prime Minister Hun Sen has encouraged people not to forget to exercise to keep themselves healthy and prevent serious COVID-19 disease. On Tuesday night, he posted pictures of himself exercising on Facebook, telling those under quarantine to keep moving and stay healthy. But with gyms closed for over 4 months now, what exactly can you do to stay in shape? EAC News reporter Reo Soko has the answer.
With gyms currently closed due to COVID-19 restrictions and school sports fields also out of bounds, you might be left wondering what you can do to stay fit and healthy. Those under quarantine or self-isolation have it especially hard, locked in a hotel room or small apartment for 14 days. But you don't need dumbbells and barbells to stay in shape. Just use what you have around you. EAC News' own Alessio Mizuni is a fitness coach And he showed us the type of exercises you can do anywhere.
When it comes to physical exercise, instead, there's this broadly common misconception that we need a gym to work out, right? This is what all people do. But it's not true. In fact, that's just an excuse. We just need a space that can be 3 by 3 square meters, and we can just do our squats. Easy. We just need a floor. We can do our sit-ups. We just need a yoga mat, for example, if we don't want to sit on the floor. Or we can do push-ups. We just need a floor, or to make it easier, we can use an angle and use, for example, a table.
Alessio says nutrition is also important, so lay off the junk food.
Gyms might be closed, but that's no excuse not to do some exercise. Your local park is a great place to exercise. If that's not an option, there's always a home-based workout. Remember, if there's a will, there is a way. Rhea Soko, EAC News, Phnom Penh.
Thanks for watching the Daily Roundup here on the EARTS Cambodia channel. You'll get more breaking news and updates on our website. Head to www.e-artscambodia.com. You can also subscribe to our Telegram channel, EAC News. More from the EAC News team tomorrow night at 8. I'll see you then.